Hello, everybody. Welcome along to the Rangers Rabble lineup review show. Hello, I'm Martin, and I'm joined by Ross Clark. Ross, how are you?
Alright, mate, I only came because it said something about lineups.
Listen, hang on, let's just went to use that. Just looks like Martin's just relaxing. Done with that joke.
Not today, not today.
We done with that joke. Well, hello, hi, it's JD here. He's back. Oh man, Martin's internet's playing up today. He needs to sort that out for the Rangers Rabbles cause, doesn't he, Ross Clark?
Mate, honestly, like, the last I spoke to him, he had it wired into four of his neighbours and he still can't get a turn. Do you know what I mean? He's running his lecky off his next door neighbour, and he's running his water for the church. So, I don't
Anyway, right, listen, is he going to come in or not? He's away again. Right, we're here to quickly talk about the Old Firm game. It's about to start. When is it starting? An hour. We'll be there in about an hour. Lineups are out. Ross Clark. I'll just call the lineup out. McGregor's in, obviously. Although me and you have doubted him this season, we've took pelters for it. But there's no other man that's going to be playing in goal today. Ross McGregor's in. We've got Tav and Bassey at fullbacks. Balogun and Goldson. It's Ramsey, Lundstrom, and Jack, Aribo, Kent. I nearly said Morelos there. Oh, what? Roofe. No surprises?
Aribo.
Are you surprised that Aribo's in? Or is it more a case of, because he's a bit he's well off form, we think he should maybe have sat out?
I think if I was picking the team, and don't get me wrong, JD, the day is the sort of day where folk who've been maybe a wee bit off can kick into gear for the rest of the season. Yeah. But I wouldn't have played Aribo based on his performances since he came back for the AFCONs. But that's personal preference, mate. I would have played Kamara and played Ramsey in the attacking of the three role.
Yeah. Well, can I just say hello?
I say hello. Start again.
I'm not starting again because of this. My internet will cut out in about 2 minutes anyway, JD. Obviously, I missed the start. I had a great intro all set up and all that. It was going to be amazing.
You know, I absolutely ruined it.
I know, totally ruined it. I was going to say, welcome back, the bald alien that is Jamie Duff. How you doing, Jamie, my friend?
I'm good. Jamie? He's made me so paranoid about how bald my head was. I put my hat on. So I'm good. I'm just buzzing. I'm a bit apprehensive about this idea. I don't know why. The Battlefever's not kicked in for me, I don't think.
Oh. Does the lineup inspire confidence in you, JD? Is it probably the best team he could have picked?
I think it is probably the best team he could have picked. The Aribo one's the only thing for me, like the same as Ross. He's not on. I probably wouldn't have played him either, to be fair. But Ross is just saying that these are the days where somebody can come in. I do think we'll see Lundstrom sit back when we're defending. He'll fall back in. It's going to be interesting. See, we just need to press. That's all I ask of. Just press today. If we press like Bodo Glimt did, Celtic don't have any answers to that. So if we don't do that today, then it's on the coaching staff, I think.
I said this, Ross, in Friday preview, but Gio strikes me as the type of guy, if you take away sometimes substitutions, because he doesn't always make subs, but he's the kind of coach that can change in-game, change formations, change tactics, and he's not a stupid man, and he'll have learned for that first Old Firm game, a bit like Gerrard learned as well. So I very much doubt we're going to see the same kind of setup that we've seen at Parkhead.
No, it depends, doesn't it? If he wants to be cautious and doesn't want to lose, for me, we need to go and win. We need to go and attack them for the out. I said to JD, I actually hope we play with Lundstrom in at sweeper and play the 3-5-2 so we get the best use of Bassey and Tav and go at them rather than sitting four at the back and then expecting Lundstrom to sit in front of them when you've got five defending then. But it'll be interesting to see how it starts off, and even if we start off 4-3-3, you know that you've always got Lundstrom that we can sling back there like the wee bald prince that he is.
What is this about baldness today? Because you two are sitting there with big greasy heads of hair.
It's
Mate.
just because me and Ross Clark are flush with it, you know.
I actually put a post on Instagram the other day talking about my 6 month transformation from perm to bald to this, and I went like, JD will like that, but you never.
Did you know? Did you not put it on Twitter, mate?
I'm permanently bad for Twitter, mate, innit?
All right.
This fucking pod and the people it employs.
Aye, right, well, scooting right over the top of that.
I never said hi to him there, but that's what we never got to.
Right, well, hello to everybody in the comments. Obviously, this is going to be quick because I know there's a lot of people wanting to get to the pub. There's a lot of people that are wanting to get tuned into Sky Sports coverage. Not me. I'll wait until the kickoff, but there you go. It's just me. So, yeah, get your comments in. I'll try and get up as many as I can in the sort of 10 or 15 minutes that we're on. And also, of course, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So all the usual stuff, guys. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Like and share and follow on Facebook. And retweet and like and comment, of course, on Twitter. Right, okay. Ian Hamilton again, who gave us a super chat on Friday, has gave us another one today. I'm in a half good mood after Stone Cold Steve Austin took me back to 1999. Now an even better mood would be Ramsey volleying in the top corner. Good. Well, that's the point, JD. I think we spoke about it on Friday. Everybody said Ramsey is a must. He has to start. If he doesn't, then why did we bother bringing him? He had a good 90 minutes for Wales. A fully fit Ramsey makes such a difference, doesn't he?
Aye. Wait and see him getting taken off after 10 minutes with a hammy or something. Just to go back to Ian's point, what is going on? Like, there's another bald reference about Stone Cold. We spoke about Stone Cold before we come on. This is getting creepy today. Is there anybody else want to tell us something that's going to happen? Anyway,
Bald is beautiful, JD. Bald is beautiful.
Well, it depends. Anyway, Ramsey, massive. And this could be all worth it.
I don't think he is, JD. I think he's only about 5'8" or something.
Right. This is the moment for Ramsey. I think this could be the defining moment of this whole transfer. These next few games, and it starts today for me. Michael Channon put it on there. See if we turn over the ball in their midfield. They can't handle it. They don't know what they're doing. They all they do now is just go forward. We can get that turning that ball over. And that's when I thought that's where Kamara's good. We're turning the ball over in there, but we'll see. But it's going to be the battle in the midfield and getting in their faces is going to be so important.
A lot of pressure on Ramsey today, Ross.
Aye, I would say there is, just based on the fact that where he's been in football and what he's done in football. I see a lot of folk talking about Bodo Glint attacking Celtic very off, but a lot of their play when you watched it came from somebody that we should be looked to be signing, who was the Bodo Glint goalie, who came for every cross, and Celtic couldn't get to the byline. He took every cross and then set them off on the attack, which I think was a big factor in how they played. They weren't just pressing them, they had somebody commanding at the other end who was then looking to start attacks quickly. So I think we would benefit for having a look at that guy.
I don't know whether to be offended, annoyed, or upset. My mum, miss you on Twitter, Ross. Big kiss. That's quite annoying, Mum.
Hey, listen, that is a big kiss, Ross, isn't it? Look.
Mel, thanks for no disgracing Martin and giving me the usual type of kiss you give me with tongue in the middle of it.
And for regular viewers, actually, we should say now that JD's had his wee holiday over the international break, he's came back, he's fully fit, he's fighting fit, but you've also dressed up your mannequin today, JD.
Yeah, I'd actually say earlier, I've not got the Battlefever, but I must have still been drunk this morning when I put the orange top on the mannequin for the pod. So I'm not sure about that. We'll maybe do the pod after the game down the stairs, I think.
Your actual bedroom starting to look a bit like Lana Wolf's manor, mate. Mannequins dressed in football tops. I'm waiting to see what comes out next week.
Oh, I'm taking that off.
That's a glow in the dark lightsaber.
Right, we've actually had a football point. The Curry Muncher, I think I might bring this up because Curry Muncher normally just slags me. And he's changed his profile picture. More important that there is someone to support Ryan Kent so he's not facing up against 2 or 3 defenders. Good point, JD, and also the point that Ryan Kent has, 9 times out of 10 made a difference in these games.
He has. They're terrified of him, so that's exactly why they will probably put 2 or 3 on him. If they, who will it be? It'll be Juranovic probably, won't it? If they think that he can just go one-on-one with Kent, then they're going to be in for a sore one today. But backing Kent up, I know what he's talking about because Kent and Barisic used to have a really good partnership, but I think under Van Bronckhorst, Kent's more of a lone wolf himself these days. So I don't think he needs as much backup as he probably has. He likes to come inside and stuff. So I'm not sure. Listen, these are the games Ryan Kent's built for. This is it. This is his stage today. So he's the one. We're always leaning on Morelos, but I think for me it's all eyes on Kent today.
For me, Ross, what gives me actually a lot more confidence, because as everybody knows, I'm a total pessimist, man. I'm a big shite bag. Jack and Lundstrom in the middle of the park, they two together, that gives me the utmost confidence that, because we all know the midfield battle's huge. Obviously, look, we know Celtic like to go wide, but the midfield battle's huge. And Jack and Lundstrom, I don't think there's a better pair than that in the league.
Well, Ryan Jack's the best player in the league when he's fit. There you go, I said it. Ryan Jack's the best in the league when he's fit. Mate, I'm looking at their team now. I didn't even bother to check it. McGregor, Hatate and Rogic is 3 very immobile, for me, centre mids. You've then got Jota, Maeda, and as much as the big Greek guy up front scored a few recently, I don't think he's as good as the hype, to be honest.
Careful.
I'm just saying, mate. I don't get. I will Ryan 118 it, mate, and just go like that. Barisic would never get on the Celtic team. I don't mind saying that, mate. No, what I'm saying is on paper they're a solid team. They're no mobile. They're not the most mobile going to be getting up and down the park.
I think technically that makes
side does Jota play on, by the way? Left or right? I don't know.
Left.
Right, so he's coming up against Tav then. Is that a worry at all, JD? Because you watch best of the rest. You probably know the Celtic team a lot better than most of us. Is Jota? Do we have to be honest? Is Jota a decent player?
No, listen. I'll be honest. Jota's better, more than decent. He's our best player. So he's for me. He's the concern on their side. I think going back to their midfield. Their midfield's technical. It's a technical midfield, but if Jack and Lundstrom are in and about there and turning that ball over, that's where the game's going to be won. That's where we can win it. So they all get big plaudits when they had their disco lights out when the Geeds are doing the last time, and the Japanese boys, Hatate, I mean, listen, he was man of the match probably, wasn't he? It's going to be a different kettle of fish for them today. Let's see how they fare here at Ibrox. I know they've tried to shut us out during the night, but the Bears will get in there, so it's the midfield for me. I keep coming back to it. But if you're looking at their team, Giakoumakis is scoring goals, man. He's on fire. So it's got to be dangerous, of course. And Jota as well. And listen, people are talking about their defence there as well. That's where I know we're talking about. We turn the ball over to the midfield. Who's playing? Is Starfelt playing? If they went with Starfelt?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I can't. I mean, I know they must be playing quite well. He's doing all right, they're saying, but that's your weak point there, isn't it?
Well, Ross, not just their defence. Let's talk about our defence. McGregor, Bassey, Balogun, Goldson and Tav not hit the same kind of heights defensively this season as last season. I think that's fair, but how are you feeling about the defence?
Mate, I think last year our defence were our best form of attack. When we play the 4 with Gio, we don't seem to get Tav and Bassey gone forward as much, which is how I would prefer to go to 3 today. I think the 2 getting up the wings will be pivotal. As much as Jota's good going forward, what's he like going back if Tav attacks him? Do you know what I mean? Juranovic. On the other side, we've not really seen people going at them unless it's been in Europe, and they've not kicked their own arse in Europe, have they? So the way I look at it is, if we go and play against them, we'll beat them. I still believe we've got a better squad than Celtic. I still believe we're a better team than Celtic, but we need to play our game and not worry about them playing theirs, if that makes sense.
Aye, I know, and Well, JD, all week, all I've heard from the very small sample size that I see for them on Twitter is, and a couple of, and one guy in my work, because the rest is are all Bears, is the game's won. The game's already won. It's done. Celtic have won it. The league's over. The media,
Hyping it.
the league's won. The game's done. There's no way that Rangers can compete. Is there any chance that they come into this game thinking the game's done?
Well, listen, not just Twitter and the media. You listen to the Celtic players' interviews. I think that could be a massive own goal if it doesn't work out for them. It could be a massive own goal. Now, was it Giacomakis and was it Juranovic? Two of them, two players anyway, came out and basically said the league's won and they're the better team. They've got all-round better players and blah blah blah. So to come out with a statement like that is mad, right? Because they hadn't beat us in like 2 years. No, they gave us a down in that game. These things happen. 1.5 games, these things can happen. So to then come out and start saying, that they're the better team after just one result, they need to show a bit of consistency in that. Which would, if they beat us today, then they can start blabbing off and talking like that. But I thought when I seen Ryan Jack's interview the other day, he looked and I got to say boys on Twitter going like, look at him, he's terrified. He kept his head down. Ryan Jack wasn't, man. Ryan Jack just kept his head down. You could sense it annoyed him. You could sense it. The players knew all about these Celtic players talked about that. So that's a massive lift for us. Them saying that gives us a massive lift because it puts pressure now on Celtic to win because they're telling us they're the best team, they're the best players. And did they say something like when we lift that trophy at the end of the season, it's going to be all worth it? Imagine saying that when you're in a title race with 8 games to go, it could be a massive own goal for them, hopefully.
See, for me, everybody keeps saying, like Ange Postecoglou actually comes across as a decent guy. It's hard to dislike him, blah blah blah. But I've seen all that on Twitter, right? He's allowed his players to come out and say that. Which for me, Ross, if that was Gio, right, and say we were 3 points ahead of him going into this game, and we had Rangers players coming out going, I can't wait till after we get to the end of the season. Oh, we've got such a better team, blah blah blah. I'd be going mental.
Of course you would, mate, but that's because you come from a club which promotes standards and class.
Fair point.
That's a very good point.
Mate.
I mean, it was a short point, but it's a fair point.
Listen, I'm not buying into that whole Ange Postecoglou shit. I don't really care. I'm not buying, I don't care. But it's the media again, isn't it, Martin? They're hyping him up to be this great guy, but I don't give a fuck. He's embarrassing. He's got tomato sauce stuck on his jumper. I don't care.
If I hear one more story about how his dad never loved him, mate, I'm 100% going to jump the nollie.
Right, and we shall move on quickly before Ross Clark gets me cancelled again. Ross, Kmart Roofe up front. Of course, we knew it was going to be Kmart. There's no other options. Somebody, and I don't know who it was, I think it was only one person mentioned Itten, and I swear to God, I nearly jumped out my window, right? Kmart Roofe, it's massive for him, but at the same time, he can't do it all on his own up there. He needs support.
Kmart Roofe's got a point to prove, eh? He's been going on a wee bit about his Insta, maybe taking digs. No digs as such, but letting the fans know that he's working hard and he's ready and he's available to go. And I actually commented a couple of weeks ago, before my Twitter get packed in the bin, that he physically looks a different shape than he was maybe this time last year. Looks as if he's been on the weights and the protein shakes and whatever else. Still terribly needing a hair transplant, right enough. But apart from that, the physical transformation's been great. I think if you play him up front yourself the way you would play Morelos, you're going to get nothing off him. Yeah. If we play Roofe centrally and give Kent a free role to get round about him, get in front of him, I think that the two of them will create chances. They'll definitely create space for others as well when you consider you're going to have Ramsey looking for somebody that takes a shot as well.
Well, see, that's the problem, JD. If you give Kent that kind of free role with Roofe up top, that means you get a more exposed left-hand side.
Yeah.
Unless you get people coming to cover it, which is why I'm with Ross. I'm slightly surprised at what looks like, because I mean, it could be totally different come kick-off, but what looks like a kind of 4-3-3 that Gio's picked.
As a 4-3-3, Rangers under Van Bronckhorst were so much more tactically aware now. That isn't he probably wouldn't even come and tell you what that formation is. It's not probably even a formation. I think Lundstrom, if Kent does do that, I think you'll see Lundstrom just sit deep and just patrol left and right and just cover the space. Kamara used to do it brilliantly over there when we played the kind of flatter three. So, and Jack used to do it on the other side. But you're not going to see that. But I think John Lundstrom will be the one that will be covering, I think. But that does make me a wee bit nervous. Although Kent does work his arse off. But you'd probably say Juranovic is probably one of the better players. Jota, Juranovic, and you look at the midfield, didn't you? So he is a danger. But Kent does work his arse off, man. So, and Big Bassey, full confidence in him playing left back. I have no worries whatsoever. I would like to see this game go a wee bit hammer and tongs at the start. Go for it. A few tackles flying in, set the pace, set the tone, get the fans going, man. Some of these boys ever played in an atmosphere like this, truly, it's one of the biggest atmospheres in the world. I would like to see I want to call Greg Taylor out because I called him out the last time and he played really, really well when they pumped us. But come on, he's got to be got at. Aaron Ramsey against Greg Taylor. Come on.
Aye, but can we really take, Ross, from look, the game at Parkhead was a absolute disaster. But that was coming at a point where we had a Barisic completely out of form. The defence were all over the place. We had Jack, who wasn't available in that first half in the midfield. There was a lot of problems in that Rangers team. And Jamie's spot on. Look, Juranovic controlled Kent. But I don't think we can look at that and go, that's going to repeat itself. I think this is a different Rangers team. Alan Gillis in the comments has put it, if that European Rangers team shows up, there's only one winner.
Yeah, that's how I'm saying, mate. We're a better side than them. I think the problem with the last one was everybody looked at the team on paper and went, that's the perfect team to play. But then he asked Kent and Diallo to play as essentially extra wing-backs. Do you know what I mean? We sat in. He picked the perfect team to go and attack them and then tried to sit in. So today you're hoping that the team he's picked today, if he tries to sit in again, isn't the right team either. Do you know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I just don't think we're built to sit in. I think the things came through these players for Gerrard was not there, so it's a tough one if we're ever going to ask to do that. We should not be doing that. Listen, the Dortmund thing's a big one. We kind of pick our times. See at home here, we just need to just go for them. Go for them right away. They can't live if somebody presses them. Now it leaves you open sometimes, but can I just ask, who is the ref today, by the way?
Willie Collum.
Could have been worse, by the way. Clancy would have been worse for me. Bobby Madden would have been worse for me, I think, because of the pressure that's on the Presbyterian referees.
Oh God, the Presbyterian referees. What happened to all the atheist referees that were out there? If I was a referee, nobody could have a go at me for either side.
You're a Partick Thistle fan, wouldn't you?
Remember Willie Collum used to referee games with a crucifix hanging off Andy's whistle, remember that?
No. I'm too young to remember that, Ross.
Pictures, JD, search it, mate. There's pictures of it. Crucifix on the Andy's fucking whistle.
And just at that, see on StreamYard, right, for everybody watching, it's up in my top left-hand corner, right? It tells you how long you've been live, it tells you the amount of views you've got. And also, if anybody's watching on Facebook, it gives you the wee emojis that people put on Facebook. And for the very first time, and it's no surprise that they've got Ross Clark on, for the very first time, there's a kind of
wow
face up in the corner of my screen. It's nice. I like it. Thanks, Ross. You're a top man.
Listen, boys, just keep doing what you're doing. You'll get this sort of exposure eventually. You'll get there. You'll be able to do it without me.
See, actually, if you hover your thing over it, Lilia Reichlis, she gave it a wow. Now, I don't know what the wow was about, but
probably just because it's free strapping men on the podcast. JD,
thought we were back to Wolf Manor there. Me said strapping. I was like, oof.
JD, how's the bench looking for you? Like, obviously, we don't have a real replacement for Roofe up front, but for other areas of the pitch, if we're struggling or we're ahead and we want to calm the game down, it's good to see Stephen Davis back on the bench. But for the rest of it, does it fill you with confidence?
I'm totally comfortable with that. I know we said this before. I would love to have seen Lowry on the bench. Did you say he's maybe picked up a little injury?
I picked up an injury in the B team, Old Firm.
That's annoying because I caught that B team old firm game, and I know we always end up getting back and talking about the young boys, but that was actually a cheat mode. Him playing in that game, it was unbelievable how good a player he is. So, aye.
Yeah,
There you
see
go.
it. Hey,
It
just
was,
facts, mate. I just spit facts.
facts. Anyway, back to the bench. Aye, Davis, Arfield, Kamara, and Sands, who's looked okay technically anyway. But then you've got Sakala as well, who I know he just needs. I think he just needs a wee goal or something. I know he scored a lot of goals, but he's teetering on the edge of whether he's going to make it at Rangers or not. I think.
I don't know. I've got a funny feeling Ross that Sakala could actually make a difference in these games.
I think Sakala offers mad pace, but no that much composure, which in Old Firm games previously has been a big tool for us, because you had Kenny Mirren and Nacho Novo who both scored fluently in them, and neither of they two knew what they were doing either. They used to just run and trip out the ball and end up. I definitely think there's a place for Sakala in the Rangers team, especially the day once defences start tiring, and you maybe look at taking Kent or a Ramsey off and putting Sakala up there next to Roofe, because Roofe's hold up, although it's not quite bullying like Melos, if you get the ball into Roofe's feet, he'll hold it up and he'll pick a pass. He's not a battering ram, but he'll play that role, and I think that Sakala could have some fortune. I think Sakala and Roofe both want to play as a two. I don't think Sakala's a lone striker either. He's certainly not a right winger, which is what we're trying to turn him into.
Well, he looks better on the left, I think.
Yeah, cutting in on the right rather than going on the right and trying to put crosses in.
And he just takes your half at one of the crosses, man.
His crosses are that bad, Willie Collum wouldn't even wear them on his watch. At his whistle.
Whistle, young man.
Whistle?
We've got a comment in from Rare World War II video reactions. Might need to check that out.
They're only on because I'm a bomb scare, Martin.
That's true. That is very true. I know. My arsehole pinches every time you're on this podcast. Hollander should have started. Ange will have spotted that Balogun can't deal with balls over the top, and Aribo is going to be a passenger. He's been needing rested for weeks. Now, we've discussed Aribo, right? So we'll park the Aribo chat. Hollander for me, JD, discussed it on Friday. Nowhere near ready to come in for this.
Nah, he's not. Nah, he came in for a game. Was it Dundee? And looked shaky. He's another one who is a bit fragile. For me, though, if he's fully fit and stuff like that, see on the deck, he's a bit, and in the air, I suppose he's the best defender. You'd probably say Goals was maybe a better all-round footballer and would play before him every time. But Balogun v Hollander, I go Hollander. However, in this moment, it's got to be Balogun. It's a bit harsh. Donald saying that he can't deal with balls over the top. I'm not too sure. But I'm happy Balogun's in.
My thoughts on that are, if Balogun can't deal with balls over the top to recover, Hollander definitely can, because Balogun's about twice the speed of Hollander.
I don't know, I think the big man's got a bit of pace about him, Ross, by I'm not just saying that, I've seen him.
It's cause he runs as if Jimmy Bell's left the fucking coat hanger in his jumper. That's how it is, man. He's pure straight, isn't he?
He's not. I think it's because of the way that he runs. I think he looks a little bit slower, but he's over like 4 or 5 yards. He's got a wee burst of pace after that, but he's a bit. He would
100% catch you.
Ross, it's like talking to Martin for the first 5 or 6 seconds. I think he's quite slow, and then see you get to know him, he's actually quite good.
That's very
I thought you were going to say when you get to know him, he's actually slower.
That's a bit funnier, JD. You need to try and learn how to start slagging people. You know what I mean?
That was so bad, wasn't it?
Shocking at the time. Right, okay.
Shock on.
Everybody in the comments, get your predictions in now that it's half an hour to go. Ross, how do we win? How do we win this game today? What do we do?
Press them as if you're playing in Europe, mate. Press them. Get the Europa League on the tannoy before we start. McGregor's like that.
Fuck, I thought I was in Ibrox for the European game.
The bright orange gloves came out then, and that's him powered up, mate. I think we need to play as if take it as a European tie. They're going to come and play football against us. Let's just go and be the better football team. Let's go and beat them. Play our own game, beat them. If we try and play a game which is not ours, there's every chance they will beat us, unfortunately.
You go along with that, JD. We just need to go for it for the off.
It's a midfield for
Get
me.
that first tackle in.
Yeah, first tackle. It's a midfield for me. Jack Lundstrom play to their capabilities. We win the game. We press them. We turn the ball over. Ramsey and Roofe could be the match winners for me.
Right, let's get to some of the predictions in the comments, and then I'll come to you two for your predictions. And bear in mind that the three of us are back on after the game, so this could go one or two ways. Reddy's 3-0 Teddy Bears. He's not giving me a goal scorer, but and I hate that when I don't get a goal scorer. Graham's 1-0, 10-0 Goldson. Let's go with 10-0. I know he means 1-0, but let's go with 10-0. Stuart Finlay 3-1 Tab penalty. Oh,
yeah.
Thanks for reminding me, Ross. At what point today did we get a penalty?
I don't think we get one today, mate.
You don't think we get one?
Even
today?
if there's a stone wall of the day, I don't think we get it.
No.
No.
Right. Do you think this whole JD playing to the gallery, just penalty to Rangers nonsense has worked?
Maybe. See, for me though, the majority, and maybe we are biased, the majority of pens we get are pens. I think there's maybe one across the space of the season. It's maybe you've got that's maybe a soft one. But other than that, they're pens because you press and you create chances and you cause problems for other teams. Guys like Ryan Kent. So, I'm no fussed about that. Willie Collum, is he going to give us a pen today? All eyes on him? Probably not. But
I actually think Willie Collum's one of the refs who likes the limelight, and if there's a penalty there to be given, he'll give it.
Yeah.
To be fair. Cameron Kellis, 3-1 hard-fought victory. Graham Ross, 4-1 to the famous Ramsey to score first. If it's 4-1, Ross, you're going to do a wee dance or go upside down in your head again for us, or do something special?
Who, me?
Yes.
Mate, I'll do that anyway. I'll be further Mercorona in the Southern General by that point, don't worry about it.
Tally McLaren, 4-2, Tav, Balogun, Kent and Roofe. I think Random Madness, 3-2. Stuart Finn thinks when he got a penalty in the 9th minute. Michael Crooks thinks the 56th minute. So there we go. Right, JD. Your score today, please, and first goal scorer.
I don't like it. I don't like doing it.
I don't care.
Ramsey. 2-1.
Ramsey 2-1.
Rangers.
Ross Clark.
I've been saying all week, either 3-0 to us or 3-0 to them. I think it's one of the games. So preferably 3-0 to us. Preferably 3-0 to us. And I'm going to go... JD, why are you dying to come in? I'm thinking about this. This is a serious point I'm making here. This is going out live to the world. And I'm thinking the Aaron Ramsey. That's a one out of left field, innit? Nobody would have expected that. Nobody else
No, I just
that.
said it. You're fool.
Oh, God.
Come on, JD. Come on, son. In for your dinner.
Right. Oh. I'm gonna give a prediction. I'm gonna give one. I'm gonna go 3-2 Rangers. Tav. That's what I'm gonna go. What are you pointing at, JD?
Can I comment?
Oh, man.
Jane.
That's you getting talk to Ross.
That's obviously not a point for the Rangers Rabble podcast.
Nah, it's not, is it?
Hello, Jim. Do you want to go the rumpy pumpy?
25 minutes to go. The Battlefever is well and truly on. And there's been a few people in the comments saying that, oh, Martin must have had a mad one last night. No, I'm still dying for this man flu. I can't get rid of it.
Never known a guy to get the call. He honestly always get the cold, always know well.
Ridiculous.
Because he lives in that big fancy house and can't afford to put a heating on the cunt. He's one of the how many jumpers have you got on? We'll put another one on then. Wayne walking about like a Michelin man.
Is that how he looks like that? He's got 5 jumpers on.
That's one t-shirt, folks. Anyway, right, 25 minutes to go. We're going to end it there. I hope everybody enjoys the game. I won't enjoy the game. I'm going to make that clear right now. I never enjoy Old Firm games. I don't know if you do, JD.
I love it.
JD loves it, Ross.
I thought I missed what you said, mate. What did you say, sorry?
Do you enjoy Old Firm
Ross,
games?
sit down. This is a very big question. Do you like Old Firm days?
Do you enjoy them?
Mate, obviously I enjoy them when we win. I don't enjoy them
What
when we
about
lose.
what about during it when it's 0-0?
Mate, mate,
What about right now?
right now, mate, I'm buzzing, man.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely buzzing.
Brilliant.
I'm,
That's-
I'm,
that's the
I'm
answer you
buzzing, buzzing beyond belief, man. I'm buzzing like Lana Wolf's underwear draw. All right, I'm buzzing.
Well, there you go. So let's end the Rangers Rabble podcast on that. Ross is buzzing like Lana Wolf's underwear drawer. That will do us, yeah. We will see you shortly after full time, regardless of result. We will be here.
Maybe.
My internet might be playing up a bit more than normal if it's a poor result, but there we go. So listen, thanks to everybody for tuning in. JD, Ross, thanks for your time before the game. And I hope your team wins, and we shall speak to you just after full time.